Hi everyone. I wanted to do a video to show you how important posture is in the swing and how setting up correctly to start you off makes such a difference, and how setting up incorrectly can actually cause a chain reaction of poor positions and then compensations and inconsistency and the whole bit, simply because your posture's a little bit out. And we have complete control over our posture. It's something you can do, it's no more difficult for you to do than it is for a pro to set up correctly. So let's have a little look at Linda here, who's got good posture in her body. Her angles aren't too bad, but what is causing her problems is this straight line down the left arm, straight down into the club. Now, ideally, the arms will hang down from the shoulders and there'll be an angle out to the club. Now, I've got Rory McIlroy here, and I apologize for the blurry photo, but you do get the idea there that the arms are hanging down from the shoulders and creating an angle from the hands out to the club shaft. So I've chosen Rory, and I've chosen a couple of other pros to compare as well. This is Tiger. Again, apology for the small photo. But clearly here you can see in both of these photos here that the arms hang down from the shoulders and create an angle out to the club, which is different to what Linda's got here on the left. And I'm going to show you a couple more examples as well with a couple of lady pros. But essentially what happens when you're not in that position where your arms are hanging down, you've already created a little bit of an angle, the wrist won't break properly as you take the club back. Now, creating wrist cock as you go back gradually is really important to get you in all the right positions as you swing back. Now, because of Linda's high left hand and that straight line down the arm and down the club, she's not able to get the club face working properly, and I'll show you what I mean by that shortly, as she takes the club back. Now, Linda came to me with, and this is Annika Sorensen, the previous one was Lexi Thompson. Now, what Linda was complaining of was a lot of low left shots, and that's because of this setup position, which creates a hooded club face on the backswing. So what I mean by that is, as you swing the club back, the club face hoods across. Now, as you can see here, now it's a little bit blurry, I'm apologizing for that. It's an old video, this one, but the base of her golf club is flat or parallel to the ground, which is not what we want. And Denise and I in our ProGolfGals channel have done a video on this, so I'll put a link to that video in the description, where you're hooding the club face across. Now, ideally what happens when you swing the club back is that the club face opens up gradually, and then the lines on the club face point up to the sky. Now, if you don't do this, and you can see here that Linda hasn't, and she's bowing her wrist out as a result, or the bowing of the wrist is causing the club face to be flat, one or the other, either way, then the wrist can't cock properly, and then she's not able to get into the correct position at the top of the backswing either. Now, this hooded club face position will pull the ball left, because as you come through the shot, the club face will point left and all your shots will go left. Then what happens is you start to try and compensate by pushing the ball out to the right, so you get lefts and rights. If your direction is an issue for you, often you're left, but sometimes you're right. Usually left with the shorter clubs like the irons, and then right with a bit of a fade with the longer clubs like the woods and the driver, then this could be what you're doing wrong as well. So check your posture and make sure your hands are down a little bit as you start off the swing, and then also check that you're in this position where the lines are up to the sky when the club is parallel to the ground on the backswing. That's the checkpoint. That club face, so the club parallel to the ground on the backswing is your checkpoint. So you'll see also here from the front for Linda that the poor posture and the high hands are actually, and which causes the hooded club face, is actually affecting Linda's ability to turn. So she's having to stay a little bit front on, because if she turns properly, she's going to pull the ball even further left. So she's getting herself into a bit of a tilt or a sway rather than a nice turn. That left shoulder should be over your right knee at the top of the backswing. And if you're a little bit older and you think that you can't do that, then that's okay. But it will be a little bit further across than this is here, and you can also tell by the motion that it's more of a tilt than it is a turn, and that's caused again by the posture, which causes the lack of wrist break, which causes the poor position, which means you're not able to turn. So everything sort of leads to everything else. So again, posture so important. In this case, Linda's hands are too high, which stops her ability to break her wrist, which stops her ability to turn the body. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. So check your posture regularly in the mirror at home, and look at it from the side on view ideally, and check that yours is pretty much right. You can look at some videos of some pros on YouTube and sort of compare yours if you're not 100% sure how it should be for you. I've also got a video on how to get into your own posture correctly, and I'll put a link to that as well. Okay, good luck with it, and thanks for watching AnneRolloGolf.